everyone, my name's George and I'm currently in Korea teaching English, and I have a guest today. His name is Taehyun. He's a friend of mine and he's from Korea but studying in Germany at the moment. The purpose of this interview is to talk about the challenges of learning English, particularly in the current lockdown situation. I know that a lot of you will be in a similar situation to Taehyun, in which you are currently in lockdown, so there are not a lot of opportunities to practice English and to study with other people. So I'm going to be talking a lot about English grammar and use and how you can use it to help you study English independently. What was the most effective way to study English for you?
In my experience, I think it's quite important to put yourself in a circumstance where you have to speak English. For me, working with people who speak English helped me a lot. I personally think that not translating from English to Korean and Korean to English is quite important because of the huge differences between English and Korean. So if you translate it from your language to English, some people might misunderstand what you are really wanting to say.
How long have you been in lockdown for?
I think it's been around 3 months.
Okay, so it must have been a long time since you hung out with a group of friends.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. In order to prepare you for hanging out with your friends again and speaking in English, I would recommend using English grammar and use. It focuses on conversational skills and it's a great way to prepare you for social situations. It's a simple grammar explanations followed by practice exercises with answers in the back. So you can use it to study anywhere in your own time. What difficulties did you encounter whilst learning English?
I've got a lot to talk about, but one of them would be word order. So word order in English is completely opposite to order in Korean. For example, if you want to say in Korean, I want to go to the cinema, you have to say the cinema, go to want to. It's not really possible to translate directly.
So let's see which activities could help you in English grammar and use. On page 205, there's a whole activity which talks about word order. For example, here, I got up at 6 this morning. Get up early, usually, so don't. So you have to put the words in brackets in the correct order. So this is a really nice way to practice what you find difficult. What do you still find difficult and still feel you need to study?
I found how to use articles appropriately really difficult, and I still find it difficult. I think that is because in Korean we just have just one article for the most part, but as far as I know, there are 3 articles in English, right? So yeah. That is why I found it difficult and I'm still struggling to use it properly.
Yeah, I think that this is a problem that students all over the world have a problem with when studying English. And in English grammar and use, starting from page 144, there are several pages devoted to teaching you all about articles. For example, here at the top of page 144, Joe says, I had a sandwich and an apple for lunch. So he uses and an because it's the first time that he's talking about the sandwich and the apple. And in the second sentence, he says, the sandwich wasn't very good, but the apple was nice. Because he's already talked about the sandwich and the apple, he's now referring to them as the sandwich and the apple. So there are lots of useful tips like this in the following pages to help you understand how to use the and there are also exercises on the opposite page. So it must be quite difficult to think of what to study, right?
Yeah, that's absolutely true.
Fortunately, in English Grammar and Use, there's a study guide at the back of the book, and it has lots of questions um, about various grammar points. And you can find out what your strengths and what your weaknesses are. And then following on from that, you can choose a section in English Grammar and Use to study. What do you find difficult? The study guide will help you find the units that will help you to improve. Thank you for taking the time to chat with me, Taehyun.
Yeah, thanks for having me. It was pleasure.
And if you enjoyed watching this video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and to hit the like button. Okay, so it's bye from me. Bye-bye.
Bye.